let's go, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. With storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Youth on the go. Whoa. Let's start the show. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Department of Education, and we're here with you every Saturday to share information, updates, activities, just as much as we can to help to continue to develop our students, our young people, and of course this Saturday is no different. I think it's an exciting time for many of our students. I feel the adrenaline in the air. We've had lots of activities going on over the last 2 weeks, especially this week. As we know that this time of year, we have many sporting activities going on. We had a bit of a hiatus around the COVID-19 pandemic, and that break, of course, has led to even more excitement as we have resumed some of those activities. So we have our walkathons, and we have our cross countries and cross country relays, and I don't know who's having more fun, if it's the parents or the children, but there is a lot of excitement in the air. And so I want to continue to remind all of us that although we have resumed these activities, we want to make sure that we keep our children safe so that they can remain engaged in these activities, and they can, of course, continue to attend school. So please continue to exercise precautions or non-pharmaceutical measures. Parents, we encourage you to, as much as possible, wear your masks. I realize some of you are actively running. Sometimes we're running out of breath, and I know it's difficult to run in a mask. So in those instances, just exercise wisdom to allow you to be able to breathe, but also remember that our students' safety comes first, and because we want to make sure that safety is our number one priority, we're encouraging you to be vigilant so that we can continue to have many different activities, not just this term, but next term. Interestingly enough, I was listening to the news, I think it was yesterday, and in Barbados, their students are just returning to face-to-face instruction. And so we are, in fact, privileged because we had, a delayed start at the beginning of this term. We had a few closures, and in some instances we have to do the hybrid system, the alternate day schedule, but our children are in school face to face, and that's not the case for everyone. And so I want us to remember that although we have navigated this wave relatively well, and we're coming to the close, as we learned earlier this week, that we want to exercise wisdom. Of course, our meets proper don't start until the first week of March, so you will be able to attend, and there are guidelines which I will spend the most of next week, half of next week at least, sharing those guidelines so that you know what the expectations are in relation to the entry at the various sporting activities, and of course while you're there what the expectations are as well. All right, and before we continue, or before I go too far, I want to also remind us of some of the scholarship opportunities that are available. We know that for most of us, the documents would have to get, our certificates would have to be notarized at the Department of Education. I am encouraging you to ensure that you do so early. please do not wait until the last minute, because it does take a few minutes sometimes to get it done, and it depends on other person's schedules. You may have to wait a day or two. So please make sure, if you need to get those documents certified, that you get them together and get to the department as early as possible. So we know that the UBI scholarship is still open. It runs until Thursday, 31st March 2022, and it is open for students who graduated from the CFBC or the Nevis Sixth Form College. Okay, persons who graduated years ago are welcome to apply. Scholarships are only available to graduates who are interested in undertaking studies at UVI for a maximum of 4 years. The following documents are required to be delivered to the Ministry of Human Resources there at Pinnes. One original and 1 copy of your completed application form. 2, 1 original and 1 certified copy of your birth certificate. 3, originals and certified copies of high school and college certificates of qualification, and 1 original and 1 certified copy of your university acceptance letter. So if you haven't applied to UVI, you're interested in applying to this scholarship, you need to apply to UVI first, and you don't have a lot of time. You have pretty much 1 month to get it done, and of course you know that process in itself takes time, so please ensure that you stay ahead of this. Application forms can be collected from the Ministry of Human Resources, Nevis, second floor Social Security Building, Pinnes Estate. And if you need some support or assistance on any scholarship related matters, please feel free to reach out to Mrs. Shanola Murray-Gill or Mrs. Shelley Jones-Liberd there at the Ministry of Human Resources at Pinnes. We also have the scholarship from the Republic of Azerbaijan. And, we shared that one last week. It is available for persons pursuing bachelor's, master's, and doctoral level degrees. The scholarship covers your tuition, a monthly stipend, which covers meals, accommodation, and utilities. That's like a dream come true. It also covers an international flight, 1 per year, and health insurance. The following documents must be included with the application form: 2 certified copies of diplomas and transcripts, 2 copies of passports, 2 notarized copies of medical certificates, including HIV, hepatitis test, and 72-hour negative PCR test, 2 photos, and 2 copies of your resume and motivational letter. Applications and supporting documents must be submitted to the Ministry of Human Resources by this Friday. So you have less than a week. You have 6 days to get that one completed. Then we have the Nia Financial Assistance. The deadline for that application is the 31st of March. I'm rolling off these dates because of course we know it's important, but we want to make sure that we let you know all that's available. So March 31st, that's about 1 month or so away, a little over a month, and this is the financial assistance from the Nevis Island Administration. An individual may apply for financial assistance whether or not the individual is employed by the Nevis Island Administration. The significance of the financial assistance is measured by the government's priority areas, the individual's professional development, and the strategic objectives of the country, and of course their contribution to their education will make to the wider community. Kindly note that if you're pursuing law, medicine, and business, these areas do not form part of the priority listing for this year. Interested persons must adhere to the following guidelines. You should write a cover letter to the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Human Resources, requesting financial assistance. The letter should state A, the course of study, B, why you wish to undergo the specified field of education, and how will such training influence your professional development. C, how will your professional development contribute to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And D, the commencement date and expected duration of studies. 2, an original university acceptance letter. So once again, you have to apply to the university and be accepted, and why you wish to undergo the specified field of education, and how will such training influence your professional development. An original university acceptance letter, and if you do not have the acceptance letter as yet, you were expected to show evidence that you have applied to an accredited university, and a breakdown of course fees from the university, and a completed financial assistance application form, which you can get from the Ministry of Human Resources as well. So, and then of course we know that the University of Medicine and Health Sciences and Windsor University and Ross University, all located locally. They're located in St. Kitts. They have an open call for applications, and they accept 4 applicants per year. So those are some of the opportunities which are available. We'll take a short break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the essay competition, which I think the deadline is right around the corner.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. An hour passes quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather round. An adventure is always waiting. With storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Whoa, let's go.
Let's go. Good morning to all of our radio listeners, our viewers via Von Radio's Facebook page and YouTube channel, and welcome to another edition of Youth on the Go here on Von Radio. I am Zahnela Claxton from the Department of Education, and we are here with you to share information, updates, activities as much as we can, and of course this and every Saturday. There is a slight difference this Saturday because it is the 3rd Saturday of the month, coming at the bottom of the hour at 9:30. We will transition into ECB's Children Connection. So we want to make sure that all of our students are tuned in and locked in for that primary school mentorship radio program. Of course, and Ajerne will join me at that time for us to be able to share with all of our children. In the interim, though, I had one more scholarship opportunity to share with you, and this is for students who are interested in electrical or mechanical engineering. NEVLEC invites interested persons to apply for the Cedric and Brister Scholarship in electrical or mechanical engineering at the University of the West Indies. The scholarship is only tenable at the University of the West Indies and will only be awarded for mechanical engineering or electrical engineering studies. Scholarship awardees are given a sum of US $10,000 per annum. The scholarship is open to any individual who meets the following criteria. Birth certificate or certificate of citizenship must be a division by birth or citizenship. University acceptance letter, certificates of qualifications, and high school and college transcripts. Please note that candidates will be shortlisted, taking into consideration their commitment to continuous learning, consistent outstanding academic performance, as well as demonstration of a balanced approach to academics and extracurricular activities. As part of the selection process, shortlisted applicants will also be interviewed Scholarship awardees will be required to provide 2 guarantors in order to fulfill bonding obligations with NEVLEC. Furthermore, awardees must commit to working at NEVLEC for a period of 3 years immediately following completion of studies. To apply, persons should visit NEVLEC's website to retrieve an application form. And completed applications must be received by the 16th of May 2022. Kindly address applications to Mrs. Curleen Liebert, Human Resources Manager, NEVLEC, Value Mart Complex, Long Point Road, Nevis. So that's another opportunity that we can take advantage of, and of course we encourage you to do that. We also of course want to remind you of the essay competition being hosted by the Office of the Integrity Commission, and today is the 19th and the deadline is the 28th, so we have just about a week and 2 days to complete that essay, and it targets students between the ages of 15 and 19. The topic, corruption begets more corruption and fosters a corrosive culture of impunity. Students must be age 15 to 19 in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. Submission deadline is February 28th, 2022. The minimum word count is 1,200 and the maximum is 1,500 words. The font size must be Cambria, style Cambria, size 12, 1.5 line spacing. 1 entry is allowed per student. Submissions must include a cover page to show student's first and surname, date of birth, school attending, physical address, telephone number, email, and the word count, which excludes the bibliography page, and of course you'll have to have the bibliography page attached as well. Essay must be the student's original work. No plagiarism is allowed, so don't copy anything from the internet and stick and paste it into your document and submit it as your essay. Okay, so don't plagiarize. Essays with plagiarized work will be disqualified. Essay author's name cannot be mentioned anywhere in the essay. This will cause the entry to automatically be disqualified. And selection criteria. A committee of markers will examine the entries and select the best 5. These then will be assessed by a selection committee for the final selection. The decision of the selection committee will be final and binding on all contestants. Evaluation criteria: comprehension of a central theme 20%, coherence and structural organization 20%, content and creativity 40%, language style, expression and clarity 20%. The award the prizes: winner $750, second place $500, third place $250. The student must bring a physical copy of their essay to the Office of the Integrity Commission, Delia Wallen Building, top floor, Liverpool Row, Bastair St. Kitts, or the Nevis Integrity Commission, Rams Complex, Stony Grove, Nevis. And the 3 winning essays will be published on the Integrity Commission's website. So as we said, we have various activities coming to the fore, and we want to encourage all students to participate in all of these activities. We know that there are, as I said, many things going on, but we want you to know that it's very important for you to participate, to try to get, and as I read through the documents from the various scholarship persons offering scholarships, you would note that they, in some instances, they are expecting volunteerism. They're expecting for us to have a more holistic or well-rounded approach. So while we're academically strong, while we do well in school, many scholarship holders are looking for the volunteer work. How are you helping to make your society better? And that shows them that you are going to be able to function well, and not just if you have other competing activities during your university career, that you can find that balance. So we have so many groups, so many activities that you can do. It's sports season, as they call it, sports term, as it is referred to sometimes. And of course, I know that the Nevis Red Cross always looks for volunteers. All year round, they support many activities, swimming, different activities, but they have opportunities for us to volunteer, for individuals to volunteer, and we want all of us to take advantage of those activities. We also want to, and this one of course will be circulated among the secondary schools, but we encourage parents, if you have students who are prolific speakers, who like to present and who have no challenges presenting their thoughts clearly, doing research and all of those things, to participate in the Goldwyn Canes High School Speech Competition 2022 is for high school students. Any secondary school student may participate. The topic, given the limitations imposed by the pandemic, how can media assist in the delivery of education? That's a very good topic. Given the limitations imposed by the pandemic, how can media assist in the delivery of education? Rules, each student speaks for or presents for 5 to 7 minutes. There's a 5-point deduction for falling below 5 minutes or exceeding 7 minutes. And of course, there'll be a sound bell chiming for the last permitted minute. Use of scripts allowed, but penalty exacted for excess or exclusive reading thereof. So if you read consistently, they will deduct some points there. A 3-person panel of judges, no discussion among judges except the summation to determine winners. There will be a winner, best speaker, runner-up, third place finisher. The prizes to individual winners and respective schools, tokens of appreciation to non-placing participants such as trophies, book prizes, cash awards, and stationery supplies. The criteria for judging: relevance to topic, evidence of preparation or research, diction, clarity, vocabulary, eye contact, non-dependence on script, head not bent, exudes confidence, presence, body language, gestures, expressions. And the event will take place on March 30th, Wednesday, March 30th, 7 p.m. Participants, of course, will be there a little bit earlier, and this will take place in the ZIZ TV studio. All right, so we look forward to anyone who, of course, through your school, you might hear more about this as time goes along, but we want to encourage each secondary school on Nevis, of course, to have participation in this activity. We're going to take a short break, and when we get back at 9:30 sharp, we will transition directly into ECCB's Children Connection.
From Queen City, Nevis, this is the powerhouse of the Eastern Caribbean, Vaughn Radio.
It's time, come on, rise and shine. You know, I know we're gonna have a great time. And now we're past it quickly, you don't wanna miss it. So turn up the radio, it's Youth on the Go. Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Oh, Youth on the Go. Oh, let's start the show. Let's go. I will learn new things. I will be creative. Grab your gears, let's gather around. An adventure is always waiting. The storytelling news for us, and we always know what's happening. We act, we play, we dance, we sing from 9 to 10 on Saturday morning. Youth on the Go. Whoa, let's start the show. Youth on the Go. Start the show. Let's go.
When VON vibrates, the whole Caribbean must shake.
8:60 a.m. The Powerhouse.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information.
to our radio listeners, and this is ECCB's Children's Connection program, and I am your host, Zahnela Claxton. With me is our co-host,
Ajani Hodge. Good morning.
And we are always excited, children, that you have made the time to join us. Today, we are looking forward to talking with you about an important topic, and that topic is saving for the future. So sit back, relax, and we will be right back after our jingle.
Connecting the children of our EC region with good information and excellent mentoring. They started us early and making it easy to manage our money and make a real living. They're linking the children with excellent mentoring.
Welcome to ECCB Children's Connection, a program produced by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. The lovely jingle you just heard was written and composed by Dawn Mills, Corporate Relations Officer at the ECCB, and performed by children of the ECCB After School Program. Today, we have a wonderful program for you. We will be discussing practice saving for the future. When I was a child, one of the most common practices was for children to put money they received in their piggy banks. Then on Christmas Eve, we would break open our piggy banks to buy our toys, snacks, and other goodies to enjoy Christmas with our friends and family. I am sure that many of the adults tuned in would remember doing that. Ajane, do you own a piggy bank?
Yes, I do.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your piggy bank. Well, how does it look like? Its color. Describe it as best as you can.
Well, my mom, we had all the box, and she gave it to me, and she put a hole in it, and she told me to put $1 in it every day, and then she told me to put $1 in it every day, and then we'll be able to see how much I could save.
All right. How many dollars do you think you can save if you put $1 in there every day by the end of the year?
365.
Think about $365 there. But that's not bad. And there's nothing ever wrong as your name putting in more than $1 a day. So if you end up with $5 and you throw it in, you'll end up going past your $365 goal. All right. So the use of piggy banks was a way for us to save for the future, even if it was just for a few months. But we felt satisfied and proud that we were disciplined enough to save all year long and were able to use our money to buy what we needed. This brings us to our topic for today, the importance of saving for the future. To kick off our lesson, let's hear a short story read by Ajane titled The Adventures of Geordia and the EC $5. This story was written around 2011 by Geordia Hodge. Ajane, that might be your cousin, who knows? A student of the Vivian Vanderpool Primary School in Anguilla. The story will show us that saving can be done with any amount and by anyone. So let's listen.
The Adventures of Geordia and the EC $5. One morning, after mopping the floor, my mother gave me an EC $5 bill to reward me for my hard work. I said thank you and left the room with great excitement. I then went to the island pub and bought a lovely, juicy and sweet mango for 50 cents. After checking to see if I had the correct amount of change, I had 450 left. I walked home feeling very responsible. Mommy said that I spent my money wisely. I then sat down and ate my mango. It was the best mango I ever tasted. Then I remembered what Mommy used to always say, never waste a penny on a fruit if you're not going to plant the seed. I saved the seed and made up my mind to plant it after it was dried. When Dad came home from work, I told him all about my day. At the time, I had nothing to save my money in, so the next day he took me to buy a piggy bank. It was a cute little piggy which cost $1. It was made of rubber and it squealed every time a coin was inserted into it. I now had $3.50 left. I put $2.50 in my new piggy bank and the remaining dollar in my pocket. I spent 50 cents on candy at school and put the last 50 cents into the collection plate at church to help the poor. Every time I got more money into my piggy bank, it went. I had forgotten all about my seed, so Mom reminded me. I planted it and watered it every morning. It grew into a lovely mango tree. On my 11th birthday, I ate my first mango from the tree. It was just as sweet and juicy as the seed it came from. That day, my dad took me to the bank to open a savings account with the money from my piggy bank. I had $198.53. I was very happy, and my dad said he was very proud of me. I had saved and invested, and now I could enjoy the sweet mangoes from the tree and had enough money to buy the games I wanted for Christmas. The end.
Thank you so much, Ajani. That was a lovely story, rather interesting. It shows that saving your money is quite rewarding in the end. Whenever we speak of savings, we mean money that is set aside for the future. Let me repeat. Whenever we speak of savings, we mean money that is set aside for the future. Ajani, can you share with our radio friends about a time you saved up your money to buy something you wanted?
Well, I save my money, and every weekend when I go to the shop, I would take out $1, and I would go to the shop and buy a chewing gum.
All right, so you save up weekly towards that's your treat, your weekly treat. Have you ever had to save up for something big, or you haven't done that yet?
Well, a time I actually spent it on my own chips, and I also had to save up for when Mommy wanted me to invest in my own stuff, when she would let me plait my hair, she would say, I take this amount and pay for you, and then I leave the rest for you to save into your bank at school.
All right, so you realize that sometimes children, and that's a good example because you know all of our children want their hair nicely braided, and so that's a good goal because they will definitely serve towards looking pretty. So that's a very, very, very good goal. So thank you for sharing with us. And I know, of course, that as you said, your parents would have to save money to buy things for you, for your brother, or for the home. Can you think of some things that parents may have to save money to pay for?
Well, I know one thing my mom usually saves money for. Monthly, she would try balance her water bill, so it's easier for her the next month. So then she would have more money to pay off the Nevis bill, and she wouldn't have to worry about the water bill for the next 2 months.
All right. And so you know that parents, of course, have to make sure that they have that balance. And we've spoken week after week about proper budgeting, and you gave a very, very good example. Sometimes parents don't have, everything that they want. I don't know if we ever have, adults ever have everything that they want, but sometimes adults may have to save up to buy things that they need. They may have to save up to buy or to build a house. They may have to save up to buy a car if they're having challenges with the one they have, or some parents don't have a car as yet. They may have to save up to support their children in their education. Some children are interested in attending college, and so parents may have to save up for that. And some may want to become entrepreneurs, and parents sometimes save up to invest in their first business. And of course, to take care of someone who may become sick. Sometimes persons become sick and they might have to travel overseas or have extensive surgery. And sometimes parents save up to go on vacation. And of course, all of those take some time. And then ultimately, all adults, all parents save up for retirement. Okay? Because we want to make sure that after you stop working, that you're able to live comfortably for a long time. So Ajane, in the story, Geordia says she received money from her mommy for doing chores. We spoke about this in our last program. What are some other ways that children like you can get money?
Some other ways are during Christmas or during your birthday. Everybody would send an envelope.
Oh, you talked about that with excitement the last time. That was your favorite thing.
Yeah, you would send an envelope with a card and then $100 bill or $200 or something, and it would be in there. And then when you open it, sometimes you have to act like you don't really care about the money, but in secret you're like, ah!
And sometimes it helps the adults to see you go, ah! So yes, it's rewarding on all ends. And so of course Geordia also saved to buy the games she wanted for Christmas. That was, towards the end when you stated that she had saved a total of $198 and some cents there. It would go towards some of the games that she wanted. What are some things that you think children would want to save their money to buy? What are some of the things that, especially the new things that are available, I don't know, what are some of the things that children might want to save their money towards that we haven't talked about yet?
Well, there's this new PlayStation called the PS5. So either they're gonna beg their mommy or their father, or they would save it separate for that. Some of them would want to buy a car, scooter, for a phone or a tablet or a computer or anything. So like electronics.
I think electronics would be at the top of the list. And online, I don't know what they call it because I don't think it's money. Roblox and those things that probably sustain some of the online games that they're engaged in, right? So a bank. In the story, Geordia saved her money in a piggy bank at home, and then she got a bank account where she saved her money. Ajane, why do you think people should save their money at the bank?
Well, yesterday we had homographs, and it's like the bank is the babysitter for money.
Babysitter for money.
Yes. So like you could leave your money in the bank because you would feel comfortable and safe with where it is, and you could withdraw cash anytime you want without worrying about somebody stealing it unless you give people your personal information.
Yes, very true. I love it. Banks, you heard that? You're the babysitter for our money. Babysitters for our money. I love it. And where did you say you were talking about that yesterday?
We were doing homographs.
Homographs, okay.
We had to look up meanings for words, and we looked up bank.
Oh.
And it had a place where people leave their money.
Okay, so it's basically a babysitter. I'm with you now. And let me tell you a secret. Which is not a secret to most adults and maybe some children. When you have the money at home, for some reason, you find a reason
to pick it out.
So the bank is a good babysitter. It helps us to make sure we don't pick at it as much. And so, like you said, and all of the reasons you gave, of course, were excellent ones. But a bank helps to ensure helped Georgia to ensure that her money is safe. At home, it could get stolen or misplaced. Plus, she may be more tempted to use it because it's easier to access. And you may not believe it, but some banks will even add some more savings to reward you for saving with them. This money that the bank pays you for saving is called the interest. The more money you have saved at the bank and the longer you leave your savings there, the more interest they will pay you. This helps your savings grow faster and then than if you saved it at home in your piggy bank. So while at home in your piggy bank, you know, your money is there, and if you put $198, that's what you'll get out. When you have your money at the bank, you might go back and realize it's $200 that is there instead of the $198, because over time you've gained some interest. In addition to banks, people can save their money at other places called financial institutions. Apart from banks, where else do you think people can save their money?
I'm not sure.
Not sure, that's
because
okay.
what I have in school is actually like a bank too.
Yes, but do you know that's a special type of financial institution where the school banking is saved, and it's called a credit union. Okay, so that's another place potentially where we can save, right? So we have, beside the bank, credit union. So you were on the ball when you talked about your school banking, because that's a place that you can save your money. It's also a great place to save your money. Credit unions are very similar to banks, but they operate under different rules. But whether you use a bank or a credit union to save, you are making a wise decision to put money away for the future. Also for children, some schools have savings programs, and some churches have a Sunday school savings program. So you spoke to your school savings program, which of course it's through a credit union, so it's a bit of both. All right, and so we talked about your school savings program already. So we have been talking about saving for the future, right?
Yeah.
And we've learned so far that we save money by putting it aside for the future. We can save our money in a piggy bank or at a bank or a credit union. Banks add money to our savings, and this is called interest. So those are some of the things that we have learned so far. Awesome. So you should remember that to be a great saver, you must first have a goal for saving. When you know what it is you are saving up for, it helps you to be more disciplined. You should have a specific place for keeping your savings, so you can keep track of it and make sure it is safe. So as we said, it could be a bank, credit union, or like Geordia, you can use a piggy bank. Just make sure that your piggy bank is in a safe place at all times. You should make saving a habit. You should save regularly by adding more money to what you already have, so your savings can grow. So we have make it a goal, find a specific place, and make it a habit. All right, so it's calling time. Let's hear from our listeners. Let's see if our friends remember what we learned today about savings. So please call us at 469-1616, 469-1700 for a chance to win some fun prizes. All you have to do is be the first to answer the questions correctly. All right? First question. Ajana, can you read the first question for us?
The first question states, what is saving?
What is saving? Okay, we have our first caller.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great.
Wonderful. What is saving?
Saving is when you set money aside for the future.
Okay, awesome. Who are we talking to?
Kijari again.
Kijari. So Kijari, guess what? Miss Claxton has to get 2 prizes to you this week because we didn't get the first one to you. So we'll get 2 prizes to you. Okay, Kijari?
Okay.
All right. You're welcome. Yes, you are very correct. Okay. Savings, of course, is setting aside money for future use. Question 2. Name 2 places people save their money. Name 2 places where people save their money. All right, 469-1616, 469-1700. Name 2 places where people save their money. We can't wait to hear from you, callers. 2 places where people save their money. All right, 469-1616, 469-1700. 2 places where people can save their money. Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm good.
Wonderful. Give us the names of 2 places where people can save their money.
A bank. 2 places that the people save their money are a bank and a piggy bank.
Okay, a piggy bank and a bank. All right, and so good job. Those are 2 places that people can save their money, and of course, we can add the credit union on there as well. What's your name?
Malika Dalton.
Okay, Malika Dalton, and you're in grade
2 determination.
Determination. I was trying to remember which one it was. Determination. Wonderful. All right, awesome, Malika. Have a great week.
Okay, same to you.
Okay. Number 3. Name 2 reasons why people save. Name 2 reasons why people save. 469-1616, 469-1700. Name 2 reasons why people save. I think we went through a pretty long list of reasons why people may save a journey, and we're going to ask for 2 of those reasons. Can you give us 2 reasons, listeners, why people save by calling us at 469-1616, 469-1700. Give us 2 reasons why people save. What do you think you can save up for while we're waiting for the 2 reasons, Ajani? I'm thinking of something that I should save up for. I know what I need to save up for. I think I'm going to save up for a vacation. An exotic vacation.
Well, I had a vision board.
Oh, you have a vision board?
Yes, and I want this big house.
You go so they can hear you. Tell us what you're saving
I
for.
want a very, very big house.
Okay, so you start saving now. 2 houses.
I want one by the beach side and one just for me.
Oh gosh! Oh my goodness!
So when I have vacation, I don't have to pay too much.
Oh, you have a vacation home?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's what you call some serious planning for the future. Because Ajani is 12 and she's thinking about her beachside vacation home and her regular home. I love it. So start saving now, and you will get us. I'm pretty sure you'll get close by that time. And of course you put things in place. I love the idea of the vision board as well. All right. So listeners, can you give us 2 reasons why people save? 2 reasons why people save. 469-1616, 469-1700, and we will just probably put all the questions on the table and then move on to our value lesson. Of course, we can't wait to hear from Oliver. Oliver is going to come on in, and so we're going to put those out there, and then if anyone can call in between, that will be fine. So some banks will pay you extra money for saving with them. What is this money called? Some banks will pay you extra money for saving with them. What is this extra money called? And the last one is, tell us 2 things that good savers do. Tell us good things that good savers do. So call us at 469-1616, 469-1700, and those persons who are listening or viewing via YouTube and Facebook, the questions are on the screen, so you can follow them. You can follow us following those questions, and I think that's an excellent thing for you. So you can take a look, read through the questions, and you can call in and just let us know which question you are responding to. All right, but we have to hear from our friend. So thanks for those persons who have called already. You certainly did a great job listening and learning about the importance of savings. Don't forget to talk to your friends and family members about what you learned today. Now, let's look at our wise word of the week.
Hi, boys and girls. It's Oliver. your friendly owl, with your wise word for today. Empathy. Yes, empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. So let's get back to our host, boys and girls, and have a little empathy. Yeah.
Alright, I just love Oliver. What about you, Journey? You love Oliver? I look forward to Oliver. Okay, so thank you so much, Oliver. And Journey, empathy seems like a really big word, but all it means is being able to understand how someone else is feeling, even when you are not in the same situation. Sometimes we refer to it as putting yourself in someone else's shoes. When we are able to do that, we say that we are empathetic. It's a longer word, but when you can put yourself in someone else's shoes, you're empathetic. For example, your friend might lose her break money to buy her snacks, and he or she may feel sad. You did not lose your lunch money, but if you feel sad, then you should try to comfort your friend. You are showing empathy. We can also show empathy in happy times. Whoa, that's a good one. I didn't even think about that. But you can show empathy in happy times. For example, celebrating with your friend if something good happens to him or her. Ajane, can you think of a time you felt or showed empathy?
Well, up to yesterday we had a road relay and we got back the results. And Ray House and Greenhouse were ahead of Blue House. So while I was walking back to my classroom, I saw two of the girl captains. So I shook their hands and I said, congratulations.
Oh, that's wonderful. And of course we know Ajane is a captain as well. Yeah. So she's her house captain. And so from captain to captain, I think that was a good gesture. And that of course shows empathy. Good example, Ajane. Empathy is important. It helps us not to be selfish and think only about ourselves. Empathy is not something we just say. If we are truly empathetic, it will show in our actions. We will be more helpful and kind, and we will be good friends and family members. And so, of course, in conclusion, we have come to an end of another ECCB Children's Connection program, and we are so happy that you could join us today. Before we leave, we have a special challenge for all of you for the rest of the year. 1. To start saving in your piggy bank or other secured container. 2. Try to save some of any money you receive. 3. Write down your reason for saving on paper and stick it on the refrigerator. Oh, that's a good one. Almost like your vision board. At the end of the year, have your parents or guardians take you to a financial institution to open a savings account using the money that you have saved. So, until we meet again, I am your host, Zahnela Claxton.
And I am your co-host, Johnny Hodge.
Talk to you again soon. But until then, make saving a habit, show empathy to others, and stay connected.